We're on episode motherfucking 3, people.
Episode 3, guys. How
And
exciting.
It's our special Halloween themed episode. All right, guys. You know it's with your two favorite people.
Yes. The homo.
And the motherfucking sapien. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3. And you know what? We're going to start it off right. We're in our Halloween costumes, okay?
We are.
And we're over here. We got a little something for you guys, all right? This is how we're going to do our intro. Oh, fuck. This mask is... Woo. So I'm going to try to do it in the mask, all right? We'll see how well it sounds, and hopefully it pops off pretty well, because goddamn, it's a heavy hitter right now. You know what? Fuck, I'm taking the mask off already. It's 30 seconds, and I'll put it back on. We'll put it right here for now. Glowing with the demon horns. Yeah, okay, guys. What's up, everybody? All right, so. Be careful. I don't want you pulling that mic out.
Oh, shit.
All right, so, guys, this is how we're starting the motherfucking podcast. In the fading of the year, when daylight dies early and the cold creeps in, there is a night older than cities. A night when the veil between the living and the dead grows paper thin, and things we fear don't just lurk in stories. They watch us back. The night began long before costumes, candy, or jack-o'-lanterns. It was born from the bonfires on the cold Highland hills, from the spirits that wandered after death, from gods who demanded respect, and ancestors who demanded remembrance. Tonight, we're going back. Back to the root of Halloween, where the monsters weren't just imagined. They were believed. That's how we're fucking starting this episode off. Heavy hitting, baby. Let's go. I think this is going to be one of, a good fucking episode. Because, you have the whole Mexican side of Halloween. Which like La Brujas and things like that. I mean, shit. Those, I've heard horror stories. And I've heard like healing stories as well,
Yeah.
I mean, we have the origins, Halloween origins. We have monsters originating from Samhain and the early beliefs. I mean, whatever information we've both done our research on this topic now, and so we're gonna compare notes pretty much. So I hope you guys are ready for this episode. All right, where do you want to start, Carla? Fuck.
Well,
I should say Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat. Well,
I'm a demon. I'm a well-dressed demon tonight.
I think that we should start where it started.
The origins.
The origin. We should start there.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I'm actually pronouncing this right. It's maybe Samhain.
Or Samhain. It's Samhain.
Samhain.
Yeah.
Samhain.
Yeah.
Yes, the Celtic New Year.
I
Long before Halloween,
I might be wrong.
there was Samhain, a Celtic festival marking the end of harvest and the beginning of the dark half of the year. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what about it? Where'd it come from? Why? What are the truths, Carla? Are these monsters real?
Well, the monsters are...
Could they be real? That's my question.
I mean, monsters are real, and they're everyday people that do monstrous shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
so
you have
monsters
your Ed
are very
Geins
much
and
real.
things like that. Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. My bad. My bad, dog. Ooh, spooky. Yeah.
But yeah, what about you? What do you got? What you got for the beginning?
I mean, the same thing. Yeah, not the same thing. We have the origin of the jack-o'-lantern. The Irish tale of Stingy Jack, a man who tricked the devil. Punishment couldn't go to heaven or hell. Roams earth with a coal ember and hollowed turnips. And a hollowed turnip. Wow. When the Irish came to America, turnips became pumpkins. Bigger, easier to carve. So I guess they were using turnips back, in the Ireland. Yeah.
Back in the Europes.
Yeah. Well, I have how it became modern to Halloween, through Christianity. All Hallows Eve placed on the same day to absorb Samhain. So, the Irish and Scottish immigrants brought the tradition to America in the 1840s. Became a community-oriented costume pranks, trick-or-treating involved in the early 20th century. 1840s being kind of far out there. So let's see what we're in the 21st century now. So it's like shit. That was a long time ago. I'm bad at math. 1840. So 2 would be 2000. So it's almost like 250 years old. That's not that old in civilization terms. That's really not that old.
No, it really isn't.
I mean, what do you got over there?
Well, basically the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, as Christianity was running its rampage through Europe, it absorbed Samhain, to make sure that basically they could like lure in all of the heathens into the religion, and just be like, look, we're not that different.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it became, as you said, All Hallows Eve, um because of the All Saints Day, November 1st.
All Saints Day. So the 31st was Hallows Eve because of November 1st, All Saints Day.
Yes.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. And so then, of course, it came to the Americas. As you said, it was brought by the European immigrants, and they obviously didn't have turnips here. So they made do with what they had, and it was pumpkins.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you. Do you know what Samhain means?
I don't know exactly what it means, but I do know that it's the new year because it's like the
summer's end. So
that
Samhain means summer's end and the start of the dark half of the year.
Yes.
So, it's the veil between the living world and the other world, it thins real close during this day because it's the ending of the bright, year going into the dark half of the year, which is crazy to think about because, where'd all these folklores and monsters, myths, I don't know if I'm saying this word right, but cryptids, I don't know how to say it, cryptids. They're like, they're like the sleep paralysis. Yeah. The sleep paralysis demon or like Slender Man or the shadow people, things like that. I mean, I'm assuming something had to come from those. I've been on a fair amount of drugs and have seen shadow people myself, so those 3-day benders, you're like, what is that over there?
Oh shit. Yeah.
I mean, have you had any like experiences with I guess
Spooky experiences.
Well, I guess one thing that comes to mind for me is like the paranormal. You can always get ghosts with Hallows Eve, and it makes a lot of sense of why a lot of people like to do their rituals and things like that. Coming from a different, background belief myself, religion and things like that. Why it's more powerful because it makes sense that the summer's ending and the dark half of the time is coming and the veil's thin. That's when you want to do your magic's most potent and things. So I bet there's a full moon tomorrow. For some reason, I got a feeling that's probably not. We should check before I quote myself on that. But generally, I'm good. That'd be creepy. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. Let's check. Let's see. Let's check internet.
Technically, we're doing this episode a day early. And so if you're seeing this, we got you guys. Happy Halloween. We're releasing it on Halloween.
Yeah, no. Sorry, guy.
Not a full moon tomorrow?
Not a full moon tomorrow.
That's okay. Okay, that's okay. That's all right. We're shooting our shot. I shot it. I missed. It happens. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So, with that being said, I mean, bonfires are part of part of it. With the dark days coming.
Yes, it is.
A lot of rituals and things go through bonfires, like huge communal bonfires were lit on top of hilltops. I'm assuming they would party. I know that's where what is that thing we did last year at your house?
That was in November.
Yeah. So next month.
That was Beltane.
Yeah. Okay,
not the same thing. Not the same thing.
Not the same thing, but it's during the dark half of the season.
Yes.
So that's when a lot of people do rituals and things like that as well.
Yes, yes. So actually that's a little thing that I was going to talk
Oh,
about
nice.
how when Christianity kind of came through all of these different tribes, cultures,
Mm-hmm.
indigenous beliefs, when it swept through Europe and then the Americas. Um, a lot of things were actually pretty in common with like what Celtic people and like the different people of the Americas believed.
Mm-hmm.
Like at this time, the veil is believed
Mm-hmm.
throughout a lot of different ancient cultures and civilizations that it was, thin and that the energy was extra crackly,
Mm-hmm. Extra
um,
powerful.
extra
Yeah.
powerful, and it was just a matter of like being able to tap in and knowing how, and
Mm-hmm.
then you will this power however it is
Yeah.
your heart desires,
Mm-hmm.
and it may or may not be in a good way, morals and ethics.
Morals and ethics.
But where I was going with this is the dark parts of it wasn't always like a scary thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a time for us to embrace like the scary parts of ourselves. And that is where a lot of these monsters came from, It's like people would lose their shit and do these monstrosity things, and
Mm-hmm.
like they would use them as like examples, and they'd be like, look, if you don't face like your demons and you don't like use
Mm-hmm.
this time correctly, like you're gonna end up like this motherfucker,
Yeah.
and like axing his family and burning the hut and like riding naked down the fucking village like a demon,
Damn.
you know like people would lose their shit during this time, because if you didn't have a good harvest, your family could die,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
like if you didn't calculate your shit right, like it was people would lose their lives.
Mm-hmm.
If your kids got sick,
What
if
you
you
gonna
didn't
do?
get the medicine that
Yeah.
you needed during the time
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't stock up, it's like how are you going to take care of your kid
Keep
now?
your fire. I'm assuming that's what where the gods kind of played an effect into their part of their effect towards people is like that's why they did their offerings and things like that just to make sure faith is a wild thing. Faith is a really wild thing. It does so
Yeah,
much for people.
yeah.
And again, I'm not go follow whatever you want. There's certain religions out there that are really frowned upon, but I'm not gonna tell a beggar to be a chooser. If you're at the end of that, you can't do that. I mean, it's wherever you feel
Yeah.
comfortable at. And for me, I'm like I've told many people, I'm not Christian. A lot of people I've gone through Christianity, and it wasn't for me. I couldn't get behind a lot of things, and I know a lot of my friends are, and they're those true believers, and that makes me happy because it helps you find solace into those things. For me, it's like I found solace into what I believe in. I'm pagan. I see the things a little bit differently. I like the way that things are more described in that, and we follow a lot of different things. It's like just be a good person at the end of the day and try to do your best to be good to others. I mean, if you have to fight. Don't let anybody step on you or take your lands of what's yours. There's a lot more that goes into just that. But it's like fuck. At the end of the day, yeah, they do things differently. I've dated a few witches in my life, so it's crazy to bring it up, and it all kind of follow a path towards like where Halloween and stuff came from as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
sure
I
do.
mean, like, do you know where the costumes came from? Like the idea for costumes, and it's like it's been around since this time of
Well,
Samhain.
yeah, so because the veil was thin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um you were basically the way they would wear like little wooden masks or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, but they would wear them backwards so nothing could sneak up on them.
Mm-hmm.
And so like they would walk, like if you were out at a certain time. You would have your little, back in the your people time, turnip, not a actual
Pumpkin.
pumpkin, a turnip, and you would light it up, and you would be walking with your turnip, you know, lighting your way, and a little fucking wooden mask uh, protecting your back,
Yeah.
you know, to make sure that no like spirit tried to follow you home
Yeah.
or whatever.
Because a spirit wouldn't follow a spirit.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, from what I understood is like what I over here, it's like they also used to blacken their faces. So we weren't always pulling, I bet we weren't, white people weren't always doing black faces. They ash in their face. It was probably a lot of white people. Not gonna lie. But they would ash in their face to like hide in the dark so the spirits didn't see them. And then they also put those masks behind their heads, just like you said, that wouldn't follow them. They wore animal skins, furs, masks, and rad clothes as well, just to be, in guise of not being followed by evil spirits or things like that. The purpose wasn't always fun, it was survival.
Yeah, it wasn't for funsies.
To look at a spirit so a spirit wouldn't take you, and that's to look like a spirit that so a spirit wouldn't take you, and it's like makes sense.
And it was specifically for little kids, like a way to protect them as they were like, scooting around town.
Yeah. The city
or the village, I guess.
Oh, the
it wasn't a town.
You know what the Shi are?
No.
I'm just now looking at this. This is crazy.
All right.
So they're not fairies. They're more like ancient gods reduced to spirits. Beautiful, immortal, powerful, easily angered, right? Lived in fairy mounds, standing stones, fog, or ancient forest. On Samhain, they came out to take children, musicians, and people they admired. People left milk, honey, bread to appease them. I gotta start leaving that shit out. I'm a funny individual. I don't want to be taken. I know one of those bastards would be like, "All right, Mark, we got you. You're coming with us. You're handsome and you're funny." Oh God, here we go. I'm gone.
This guy.
Oh shit.
This guy.
So in your information, what do you got like for spirits? Do you have any monsters or anything like that kind of followed the tradition? Like, I mean, that starting off right there, everybody thinks like fairies. Like when you see a fairy, they think of, oh, she was a fairy, a beautiful individual. Nah, the fairies that I've like coming into, the things that I've read and seen and noticed throughout my life, it's like fairies weren't always the type of good-natured people. Like, you have to be careful around them. They're tricky. You can't ever give a fairy your name because they'll use your name against you. They have jagged teeth. They're small, they're fast, and they're like got claws. And they seem like they shine real bright, but those aren't the fairies that are gonna treat you well. They're gonna fucking try to either eat you or take your soul and make you their prisoner for life. And it's like, man, everybody has those little circles of mushrooms, and it's like, oh, that's a fairy circle. Don't walk in that bitch. Don't walk in that bitch. Do not walk in that bitch. Do not. You're gonna fucking.
Don't assume all fairies are created equally.
Yes, and never answer a fairy's question directly. I'm acting like I've actually been in one. No, these are the rules and regulations. Like, I've actually met one. I've never met one. I never want to. Okay, no, they would fuck me up real quick because they would trick me.
How's my hat look?
Huh? Oh, you're checking your hat? You're fine, dude. Shit, you're fine, dog.
Sorry.
Yeah, don't tell me sorry. Shit. How's my hat look? I don't know. Fuck.
It looks good too. Yeah. But yeah, so fairies are fucking scary.
Yeah.
And like I said, there are the origins of monsters, but most of the monsters that I came across was like monsters that were created to like teach some sort of like moral, like don't do it. Because a lot of what I've read is they are welcoming like their ancestors, and so it's kind of like to say thank you for whatever,
Mm,
and asking for guidance because, like, it's thought that, the spirit world can see the future, can see the past, like, they are beyond time. So they can, like, be like guides. And through this thinning of the veil, you take the opportunity to, thank your ancestors and ask for guidance and, like, luck for the new harvest or whatever. Um, and that was a pretty common thing. Offerings to, it wasn't just like the gods, it was offerings to like their
mm-hmm.
ancestors. And a lot of the things that could go wrong is mostly because it was like spirits that had a violent and unjust end, or that like are just not ready to accept the fact that they're fucking dead.
Mm-hmm.
So they're wreaking havoc. Um, and that's where a lot of like trying to hide and like not going out and like being super careful was also it was thought that that's also when a lot of like the mystical magical creatures were more tangible in our realm, um and like we're able to say snatch little kids or trade them.
That's creepy as fuck. That's super creepy.
Yeah,
Snatching children. Are they predators?
it would snatch little kids and then like put in a decoy little kid and send it in to be raised by families.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
You'd never know. What if
you
you have
never
a
know.
decoy child?
The evil
Mm,
fairies would do that shit.
you would have a
Yes.
fairy child that's a decoy that's there to snatch your other children and take their souls.
Yes. Yeah.
So, I have a question for you.
Mhm.
Do you know where the legend of the jack o' lantern came from?
I don't.
Ah, I get to inform you. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
here we are, guys. We're like, exploring, giving you knowledge and things, but we have to get to some of our own experiences as well.
We
All
will.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've had some crazy ass experiences. Like not just from on drugs type of thing. I remember one experience I really had that I'll tell you guys here in a bit. I hand if you're a Christian, hand to God. If you're like me, a pagan, hand to the gods. If you're whatever, I put my hand on whatever Bible you need to. I got you because it was a fucking crazy ass moment for me. But so the origin of the jack o' lantern, right? Stingy Jack tricked the devil into promising he'd never take his soul. When Jack died, heaven rejected him. Hell refused him. Devil gave him one single burning coal to wander the earth forever. Jack carried it in a hollowed turnip. That's where the term jack o' lantern came from. Jack of the lantern. Right? Immigrants came over to America, saw pumpkins. Pumpkins were perfect for carving, right size, and the pumpkin jack was born. So yeah, that's a little history of the jack o' lantern for you guys over there. I mean,
How fun.
I never knew that myself. You know,
That's cool.
let's see what else we got. Modern Halloween. Irish immigrants brought Halloween to America in the 1800s. The Victorians added ghost stories and parlor seances. In the 1920s, costumes, parades, and neighborhood parties. That's when that became a thing. So 1950s, candy companies kind of use that for commercializing and
Of
putting their
course.
propaganda in there and
And this
doing
is
their
how we
shit.
turned it into what
Yeah,
it is, consumer Halloweenism
yeah,
that we all love
yeah.
today.
So I guess in the 1970s to like 1990s, how like that's when horror films really became a big thing. Halloween became fierce celebration. Uh, I guess today's Halloween is like ancestor reverence, mischief, storytelling, and like cosplay. And doing your thing.
Yeah. Hell yeah. There we go.
Yeah. So back to it.
Back to it.
tell us some of your motherfucking experiences you've had with maybe the supernatural, maybe demons. It doesn't matter. I mean, maybe a bruja, a witch. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bruja.
Yeah.
These creepy experiences that we have, and what has it played? You know what? To make it more like justified for our podcast, what kind of part has it played in your life from the experiences that it's brought you? Oh, that was a good one. Ooh, I put some fire on that. Look at me heating up.
Hell
Look
yeah.
at me heating
Look
up.
at that.
All right.
Hell
Fucking,
yeah.
there we go. We're gonna start it off like that, Cat in the Hat.
Bet. All right. Well, as y'all know, I am Mexican, from Mexico. And we have a little bit of a different relationship with death than other cultures. We believe that it's not really the end, It's like the beginning of something different. And so Day of the Dead, which is November 2nd, is like the culmination of this portal that is opened. It's like a 9-day portal. And throughout these 9 days, different spirits are lauded through different times, depending on like their energy that they're coming through with. And so that's why you like celebrate and protect and blah 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 through these certain 9 days. And it just so happens that throughout these 9 days, it starts to get darker faster. And November 2nd happens to be the first day where it starts to get dark at like 5:45.
Man, so early.
Yeah.
So early. That's good for me though, because I go to bed early. I'm like, oh, it's dark outside.
I think it's so sad though. It's so depressing. It makes me feel like, oh my god, where did my whole fucking day go? It's only 5:45.
It's like, it's time to party. Yeah, and I get to go to bed at 9:00 and feel like I've stayed up all night. That's me, shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, fuck. With you being Mexican and all, I mean, what kind of experiences has that brought you? Like, have you experienced any of the
kid,
like the supernatural? Now, I've heard of like gnomes. Is that a thing over in Mexico? My buddy told me he had an experience with a gnome one time.
There are different. There's a lot of like supernatural creatures throughout different parts of Mexico.
And have you experienced
I
any of
have
those?
not experienced a gnome or anything like that, but we thought we were so cool, and when in my little town in Mexico, we don't celebrate Halloween.
Yeah.
But we know, it's scary, spooky season. And we had some beers and some cigarettes, and we decided to go sneak into the cemetery. And the cemetery was closed. There's gates, and there's still a night tenant that like makes sure that there's nobody like fucking around.
Gravekeeper.
Yes.
We still
have them.
That's sick.
Yeah, night tenants. Yeah, we still have night tenants in most of the small town cemeteries in Mexico. So, we waited for the dude to leave, and like as he left, we like swooshed in, and yeah, we were like, having a great time, and we're walking through and like reading like the names and like, oh look, this one's old and this one's real old, and like we're drinking our caguamas and whatever. We're about to light a cigarette, and then we were giving them all a little bit of beer, and then out of nowhere, I see like somebody walking over here, and I turn. And there's nobody. And then I turn this way, and like my friends are there, whatever. So we keep walking. And then we look forward, and everybody saw a person at the end of like the little row. And it was dark, okay? It was dark. For that shadow to be darker than the night, like at the cemetery.
Yeah. You guys ran for your lives,
We
didn't you?
fucking ran for our life, and I had cowboy boots on, and some of those like main walkways were stoned,
Mm-hmm.
so they had like stone
Yeah,
on
yeah,
them,
yeah.
and so as I was running, somebody dropped their beer,
Oh
and so the
man.
stone got fucking wet,
And you slipped.
and I slipped, and everybody took off without
Oh,
me, and
dang.
I fucking fell hard. So I was like trying to stand up, and I look behind me, and it's like, oh, feels like it's just coming at me like super
Super.
fast.
Oh, that's
And
creepy as
then
fuck.
I
Oh
couldn't
shit.
move. I couldn't nothing.
Oh.
I was still on the floor, just like freaking the fuck out, and it felt like a cold motherfucking breeze just like went right past me. And I could have peed my pants, but I didn't. But I could have. It was the most
Who
scary
thinks she
moment
peed?
of my life.
Who thinks she peed? I think she peed. She peed her pants.
Okay, maybe a little bit,
I would
like
have peed
just a
my pants.
little
Fuck that. I would have pissed. I
bit.
would have been like Adam Sandler moment. All cool kids piss their pants. Fuck that. Ooh, that sound that gave me the
Yeah.
heebie-jeebies. Hell
So
nah. Fuck.
yeah, so I get up and I'm running towards, and by the time I get there, of course the attendant gets there. Of course he's already there, and my friends nowhere to be seen. But who's there? Just fucking me.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking me. And so I was like, I still had like my beer because I hadn't opened mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'll give this to you. I've shaken it, so wait a bit. Um, and just let me go. And he just looked at me and he's like, stupid fucking kids, go.
Did he take the beer?
He took the beer.
Fuck yeah, he did. He took the cello. Hell yeah, he was like,
He took the
these
beer.
fucking kids are fucking up. Now I gotta make sure you guys are good because I gotta go talk to the spirits now. He's like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But I think those
Yeah.
guys make a contract with
I
the
don't
fucking
know.
spirits.
I
I think
don't know.
that's
But that shit was scary as hell.
uh,
Like, I lived in Colorado, so like I know what it's like to go out in the super cold snow and
mhm,
shit. That shit felt like, have you ever, dry ice?
mhm.
Have you ever had dry ice fall on you?
Oh yeah, it's whew,
Okay.
it'll burn you.
Okay.
Uh,
That feeling. That feeling. That dry ice feeling on your
that's crazy.
skin.
That's
Like,
crazy.
yeah. Something like that. It was fucking
Yeah. She's thinking about it now. She's like, God damn.
yeah. I
So
got cold.
So with that being said, like, how does that play a part in your life now? Like, how did it affect you in like leading, you know, towards the future? Did it make you believe in spirits more heavily and like kind of be more cautious around things like that?
It totally made me a lot more respectful. Um Respectful of whether I believe in something or not. You just got to have respect for that
Mm-hmm.
the energy, cuz
Yeah.
if people believe in it, it has the energy,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Yeah.
it exists
Yeah.
just for the simple fact that people believe in it.
Yeah. I completely agree.
So have to have respect for that. And that is definitely what it taught me.
Just have a respect for that side.
Have
Now,
respect for
since that experience, have you had any weirder experiences as an adult? Or just as weird, or
um
just an experience with the supernatural?
like I have had experiences where like they try, but then I'm just like, nah, guys,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
it's just like protection,
Yeah.
nope, not fucking
Yeah.
around,
There's
and
that
so
respect now, right?
it's just kind of like, nope, I ain't ready for that.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Me, I, like, you know, I've had a couple experiences. So when I was younger, I
Yeah.
played with a Ouija board, and we went down that path,
Oh
and we made it
no.
ourselves. So that's a big no-no. People, don't
Oh
make your own Ouija
no.
board. Please don't. That'll get you in trouble with so many spirits and things like that. Just be careful. All right, and for me, in my experience, it might not work for everybody because you do have to believe, and that's the thing. Like that power of that mind sets things apart so differently, so differently, so
Yeah.
differently. And for me, it was like, fuck. that was one of those experiences that, at the time I was going through that. It was 20, I remember the year, it was 2012, like 2011 going to 2012, because everybody had the end of the world Mayan thing. Like, the Mayan said it's going to end of the world and it's 2012. This is where the calendar ends. Nobody knew what was going to happen. Man, they got lazy. That's what it was. They're like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what happens after 2012. We went like 300 years into the future for fucking the calendar. Keep it that way, guys. You're good. And so we were big conspiracy theorists at the time, and man, we're like, you know what? Let's get some information from people. We smoked our weed, got real high, um, and we ended up playing with that Ouija board for like 2.5 days. Yeah. And so the first night, now again, me not being a Christian, I've gone through a couple of religions and done my research on them, But I went to church and I did things like that. But in the Christian Bible, there was one man that went to heaven and came back, and that was Enoch. And we're like, okay, we want to talk to him. So apparently, we talked to him. And by the second day, right, we've talked to these people, air quotes. Now I know that they probably weren't the people, and I same with you. Like, when shit comes like that, I'm not a huge fan of that. I try to do myself to like just stay away from that side of things, because I know from personal experience that it's something you don't want to play with.
Mm-mm.
You gotta take that.
No.
Okay. It's something you really don't want to play with, because it's a different breed of animal. Like, I mean, if you, it can be scary, like really scary, and it could kill you. Like, without you realizing it, it could kill you. So the third day comes around, and or second day comes around, and I'm like, I want to verify this is real, because I'm always a skeptic about things, right? And so I was like, okay, well, let's test this theory. We've played for it with the day. We've got things that we've wanted to know, and it's like, let's test this theory, you know. And so I was like, okay. I asked my friend at the time. I was like, do you know my grandma's first name? And I was like, the first letter of her first name. He's like, no. And I was like, okay, that's all we need to know. We'll start with that. And I asked the question in my head, and it went directly to M. My grandmother's name was Mavis. That fucking sent shivers and hair up my arm and everything. It was like, fuck, man. And we had I remember one candle in the background, and it set right behind him, and I was like watching it, and it was fucking flickering. There was no air in the room. There was no AC on. The fan wasn't going. Nothing. It was just like, and I was like, fuck me. I was like, all right, all right. So we started asking these more personal questions, like who's sitting with us or who are we talking to? And they got down to like, we were close to like early in the morning, right? We've smoked all our weed. We've done dumb shit, just fucking with this. And then all of a sudden, it starts spelling out S-A-T. And we're like, goodbye. Fucking goodbye. We got off of that. And when that happened, I shit you not. Okay, when that happened, I felt like somebody was sitting on my shoulders. I felt like I could, like, somebody was. Have you ever had somebody sit on your chest and try to breathe, and you're like, and it's really harder to breathe. Like, the heat in the room's kicked up, and it's really hard to breathe. That's what it felt like, and that, I swear that to the gods, that flame in the background and that candle was flickering the entire time. And as soon as we said goodbye, it went, and it stopped, and it was back to normal. And that's just one of the experiences I had. I had another one where I fucking went to sleep at my friend's house, and I honestly thought I say thought. I honestly believe I astral projected that night. Like, holy shit, it was intense. I went through planets, galaxies. I fucking ended up at this ice world, and I came down, and I remember, I will never forget this. I remember walking, and there was this ice castle, and there was like dry ice was falling off of it, so the smoke and stuff. And I just see this little fucking, it looked like Zach's Halloween costume today. He was like one of the dudes from Star Wars that steals your fucking space parts and stuff. Looked like one of those. And he came out and he's like, the master will see you now. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It felt all real. I know you probably do you believe in astral projection?
Yes.
Okay, so dude, have you ever done it?
Yes.
Okay, so you know what I mean by it being real, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it looked like your typical angel that would come out. Bright light, shadow, you can't see the front of the person because the light's so bright. And I just remember hearing clicking and then just seeing a white suit and I can't exactly remember what he said, but he's like, I'll be watching you. And I just fucking feel my body get pulled back. And I wake up, I snap awake, and I hear one knock on the front door. I was sleeping on my friend's couch at the time. I hear one knock on the fucking front door as I woke up, as soon as I woke up. And I looked outside and there was nobody outside. And I said, I'm not opening the door to check at all. Fuck that. Fuck that. And what that taught me in my life was, don't you fuck around, you'll find out. that's fucking with spirits or anybody in this world. That shit gets crazy. So crazy. I mean, think about like Dracula. Where'd vampires come from? Fuck, are they real? Werewolves? I believe in them.
Well, it all kind of depends.
Dragons.
It all just kind of,
But that's not Halloween.
dragons are not
They could be.
Halloween.
They can be. A little bit. I'm not gonna
Vampires are Halloween
Mhm.
because we've made them Halloween.
True.
But vampires aren't really Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Vampires are like the myth of a Lilith.
Oh, you know the lore of that? Look at you, fucking smarty pants over here. Jesus.
Well,
Fucking
I like to inform myself of all of the stories and the myths and the things that have held power.
So, I mean, shit. That's crazy. Is there anything else you want to add to like the knowledge of people's today? I mean, fucking on Halloween, is there something you want to give them? A little quote? I mean, we can look at it right now and be like, hey guys, we love you and we're done. What do you want to do?
What should we do?
It's up to you. You're the captain.
Well, guys, on this Hallows Eve, give out some candy, the good kind, motherfuckers. The good kind. Don't be stingy and keep
Full
it for
candy bars.
yourselves.
Full candy
Assholes,
bars.
these
And
kids
for
are
the
doing
adults,
the work for the parents.
Yeah, for the
Come
adults,
on.
give them Jello shots, Plan Bs, and if they look like they smoke weed, give them some weed. All right, don't give the kids weed.
Don't give the kids
no,
weed.
no. Don't do that. You're a fucked up piece of shit if you give kids drugs. I don't know. Don't do that. But
be safe.
Hand out Jello shots for the adults. Give them little shooters. Give them some candy too. Give them the full size candy bars. Everybody will come back next year. I promise you. I would come back 3 times in the year. I would give you invitations to a cookout. Like, fuck around. If you gave me a shooter, a Plan B, and a full size candy bar, dude, let me tell you how many times you're going to come over to my house and hang out. You're invited to all the parties. All right?
Let me leave you my business card.
Yeah,
sir.
dog. You need a discount on something? You need help with anything? You want your lawn mowed? I got you, dog. Well, I mean, fuck. I guess we're going to end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Happy motherfucking Halloween. We hope you guys have a great day. I mean, leaving it off, you already know who we with. We got
the homo
and your motherfucking sapien. And I guess, happy Halloween. We love you guys. Hell yeah.